So, hello there, guys. What's up? Welcome to Ívar's Fly Workshop. Today, we'll be tying a fly that I made myself. Not myself, of course, but it's sort of a black gnat pattern, but I choose to call it the poor man's gnat, or poor man's, mallard gnat or something like that. And there is a story behind this fly, how and why I tied it like it's tied in the video. So, with the Semperfli Nano Silk in 30 denier in black, we start to wrap the thread around the hook shank and all the way to the back of the shank. And of course, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Consider to support the channel. And if you like the video, support it. And the pattern of the fly, the whole pattern is listed in the video's description. And also there you can find some link to my PayPal site to support the channel. If you're watching and if you like the content I'm making, please feel free and support. For the hook, I'm using an Ahrex wet fly number 10. Barbless or with barb. This one has a barb on it, but I pinched it off anyway. Here I am using just any kind of black chenille. This is an old spool of black chenille that I bought when I was, 12 years old or something, in an angling store when I was starting to tie flies. And the reason why I bought like 3 of them is because I found out this fly worked so well in many or mostly in any conditions. It gave me one of the first and biggest trouts I've caught on the fly as a teenager. So for the tail, you can use either black cock or rooster, or dark, it's dark. I'm just using this cheap feather from a cape I have. It's I don't use this feather for anything but tails and hackles and beards. So we'll come in with the scissors and snip this off. And the reason why I call it the poor man's black gnat or the poor man's gnat is simply because I'm using scraps for this fly. So this feather for the tail it's a scrap kind of thing. The chenille is actually bought in a fishing store, of course. It is not a Semperfli chenille. Of course, you should use Semperfli, but I'm tying the fly like I originally tied it as a kid. That's why we are sticking a little bit away from everything. So we tie in the chenille here and wrap it down here and get the thread forward. And this is a really simple fly, and it's very productive. Like it's gonna deliver you a fish. We snip off this part here. And this is extremely simple and easy fly to tie for beginners and everybody. So we wrap the chenille here around to form the body of the fly. And then we catch that with our thread, and we have to leave some space for the wing and for the throat or the hackle or the beard of the fly. And then we snip this away, like so. And then next comes the throat of the fly. You can make a hackle on it. I'm going to make a hackle on it because I would consider myself as an advanced tyer. You can also just make a really simple beard on it, just with the same materials that I made the tail with. That's how I used to make it. And for the wing, I'm using just like a mallard Eurasian teal side feather. You can use for this as well just any kind of gray or even a white feather for the wing. So that makes it so easy. It's that simple. But before attaching the hackle on the fly, I make a brush on the feather like this. That way you can easily catch the feather with your thread, like so, and make sure the shiny side of the feather should be facing forward. And when we catch it in, we do like few tight rats to tie it in properly. And there is like a little story with this fly, My fishing partner, Ingi, who I've been fishing with ever since 2006, I taught Ingi, my fishing partner, basically everything I know in fly tying and fly fishing, fly casting and everything. So when we began our fishing career, he couldn't tell the difference on a trout or a salmon or an Arctic char. But now he is teaching his son to fly fish. So passing on the knowledge is an important thing, and that is one of the reasons I started to make this YouTube channel. It's to share the knowledge. When we are wrapping the hackle, it is important to do that with the hackle pliers. And this feather is like a little stiff, so we have to take it with our fingers, and we have to form it with our fingers. Catch the end of it like this, but I'm going to form like a legs on the fly, or like a collar on it, and you will see how we do that. You can also use like this feather that we made the tail with, but I'm going to finish the story with with Ingi, with my fishing partner. Once we were fishing, and he was like, "Hey, Ívar, I need some fly. You have to borrow me some." I was like, "Not again," He's always. And that was in the beginning. He has a bunch of flies now, and he's not begging me for flies anymore. But this was we were fishing, and we hadn't caught anything that night. So a fly like this, not this good tie, like Far Wars. I was like, it's one of my first, and I decided to, we'll just give Ingi this scrappy fly. And instant karma on me brought him the only fish of the night. Just in the next minutes, he caught a fish. And I was like, what the heck? With all my experience, I haven't even got a bite. I give my makker, or my fishing partner, the ugliest fly in the box, and he hooks a fish almost immediately. And I was like, yeah, this is how karma works. So, yeah, be aware of that in any kind of situation. Anyways, this is a story with the karma thing. We have to bend the hackle like this with our fingers to get it back a little bit. You can use a little bit longer feather for the hackle with longer fibers on it, so it goes a little bit further in the bend of the hook. It's just like, it depends on how you prefer it. With the wing of the fly, you can select. If you use like a duck feather or like this mallard, Eurasian teal feather, or if you go gray, dark gray, white, it doesn't matter. All of them, even brown, all of them, they're going to work. Just the one, you just use the one you have nearest to your hand, and that's the reason why I call it this, like the poor man's Gnat. You can easily find these materials all around, and it's quite easy and they're cheap. This black chenille is cheap, and the scrap feather for the tail, you probably have it somewhere in your stuff, and you can use that for the throat, and the wing feather, this mallard thing, it isn't expensive either, so it's just like a scrappy, like I call it, poor man's black gnat or poor man's gnat. And trust me, this fly works. You can tie it down to size 14 or 16, just depending on Kind of depending on what you know, what is where you're fishing and what season and all that. And that's about it. It's like as simple as this. Often the simple is the very best solution in both fly tying and fly fishing. To making things too much complicated, overthinking things in fishing haven't brought me too many fishes. If you keep things simple, often that's been the delivering and the game changing things for me. So we made the whip finishing 2 knots, and I'm gonna place like a little bit of Solarez bone cure on the head to secure the knot, and then we'll come in with the light to sap the UV resin. I like this bone dry a lot, and this one is clear. I think you can get it in black as well, in a black color, and you should be able to get this in your local dealer. You can use this for the head cement, or you can use just like a normal cellulose head cement, or super glue. It's just whatever you have to secure the knot. I'm gonna sap it with, I just got this, or just bought this from Semperfli, this UV light, and you can plug it in and charge it, so it's a very convenient product. And it saps the glue almost immediately, but you need to sap it for maybe 5 or 10 seconds. Give it a wash of light for that time, and it's going to be properly sapped and ready to go. So I just want to say to you guys here, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Consider to support the channel, and you'll find the link in the video's description to do so. And until the next time, I just want to say to you guys, thanks for watching.